In a jungle, bathed in sunshine and alive with the hum of 1,000 creatures, an announcement echoed through the trees. A grand race was happening, the Great River Run. The rules were simple, the goal clear. Race from the lush mango grove all the way to the shimmering sun-kissed river. The first to touch the water would be crowned the champion. The excitement was electric. Animals from every corner of the jungle gathered, their eyes wide with anticipation. Monkeys chattered from the branches, deer stood elegantly, and rabbits twitched their noses, unable to contain their energy. Even the birds perched high above, ready to spectate the spectacle. At the starting line, the contestants were a sight to behold. There was the cheetah, a sleek marvel of speed flexing its powerful legs, confidence radiating from every muscle. Beside it, the rabbit, a blur of nervous energy, bouncing on its hind legs, ready to spring into action. The fox, cunning and quick, sized up the competition with a sly grin. Then a slow, deliberate movement caught everyone's attention. A small, humble turtle made its way to the line. A ripple of laughter spread through the crowd. It started as a chuckle, then grew into a full-blown roar of amusement. "A turtle? Seriously?" one of the monkeys screeched from a branch. "This will be over before he even takes 10 steps, a parrot squawked, flapping its wings in mirth. The cheetah scoffed, the rabbit snickered. But the turtle, unfazed by the commotion, simply offered a calm, gentle smile. "Maybe," it said, its voice quiet but steady, "but I'll still try." The sentiment was lost in the noise, but the turtle's resolve was as firm as its shell. It wasn't there for the applause, it was there for the journey. And then, the moment arrived. A loud whistle pierced the air. "Go!" The start was an explosion of motion. Dust kicked up, blurring the starting line. The cheetah was gone in a blink, a golden streak disappearing into the dense foliage. The rabbit shot forward, a white flash leaping over roots and rocks. The fox followed close behind, its movements swift and silent. And the turtle? It took a single deliberate step, then another and another, slowly, gently, but with a rhythm that promised it would never, ever stop. The crowd's laughter followed it for a few moments, then faded as they focused on the faster racers, the ones who promised a quick, exciting finish. As the sun climbed higher, the initial burst of speed from the front runners began to wane. The race was longer and more grueling than they had anticipated. The cheetah, its lungs burning, spotted a cool stream and couldn't resist stopping for a long drink. Confident in its lead, it lingered, enjoying the refreshing water, thinking a few minutes wouldn't make a difference. The rabbit, far ahead of the others, found a cozy patch of shade under a large banyan tree. "A quick nap will do me good," it thought, its eyelids growing heavy. "No one will catch up." The fox, ever distractible, got sidetracked by a kaleidoscope of colorful butterflies and began a playful chase, completely forgetting the race. Meanwhile, the turtle continued its unwavering march. Its journey was far from easy. Sharp rocks bruised its feet, and patches of thick mud tried to pull it down, testing its strength with every step. But with each challenge, it whispered to itself, a quiet mantra of persistence. One more step, just one more. It didn't look at how far it had to go, only at the small victory of the next step. It didn't think about the cheetah or the rabbit. It thought only of its own promise to keep moving forward. The jungle floor was a mosaic of obstacles, but the turtle navigated them not with speed, but with relentless determination. As dusk settled, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, the jungle transformed. Night fell, and a blanket of stars emerged. The path became a shadowy, uncertain trail. The turtle could barely see where it was going, its vision limited to the few feet in front of it. But it had a new guide, the gentle, distant sound of the river, a constant murmur calling it forward. It trusted its ears, letting the sound of its destination pull it through the darkness. Its legs ached, its body was weary, but its spirit was fueled by that single, unwavering goal. Each step was a testament to its will, a quiet rebellion against the idea that it couldn't be done. At the first light of dawn, the other animals began to stir. The cheetah awoke from its long rest, feeling refreshed and ready to reclaim its victory. The rabbit stretched, blinking in the morning sun, certain it was still far ahead. They both sprinted towards the finish line, expecting to be the first to arrive. But as they scanned the track ahead, a strange feeling crept in. The turtle was nowhere to be seen. Had it given up? They picked up their pace, the fox joining them, all rushing towards the riverbank. And then they stopped, their breaths catching in their throats. There, under the golden glow of the sunrise, stood the small turtle. Its shell was caked in mud, its legs were trembling with exhaustion, but its eyes were bright. It stood at the water's edge, smiling at its own reflection, a quiet pride radiating from its small frame. It had made it. It had touched the water. When the rest of the animal crowd finally arrived, panting and bewildered, a profound silence fell over them. There was no laughter this time. There was only awe. The cheetah, the embodiment of speed, walked forward and bowed its head in respect. The rabbit, humbled, spoke softly, its voice filled with a newfound understanding. "You didn't just win," it said. "You taught us something." The turtle turned its head and smiled at them all, a warm, genuine smile that held no trace of arrogance. "I wasn't racing against you," it said, its voice calm and wise. "I was racing against my own doubts." This story is a powerful reminder for all of us. In our own lives, in our own great river runs, it's easy to get discouraged when we see others who seem faster, smarter, or more talented. We compare our journey to theirs and feel like we're falling behind. But the real race isn't against anyone else. The real race is against the voice inside that tells us to quit, the doubts that tell us we're not good enough, and the distractions that pull us off our path. You don't have to be the fastest to win. You just have to be the one who never, ever stops moving forward. One step at a time. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more content that inspires. We'll see you in the next one.